You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
I'm Stephen Cabral, and today on our Motivation and Mindset Monday, we're going to be going over a topic that I've kind of briefly touched on in the past, but never really wanted to get too in-depth with until now. And the reason for that is kind of pretty straightforward and pretty simple. We're on episode, I believe, 163 right now. And what I wanted to do was get people to understand that they do have to treat their body in a certain way in order to get to their goals, whether it be, weight loss or body transformation, whether it be getting well, overcoming autoimmune-based issues, Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, thyroid-based conditions in general, or maybe it's debilitating issues like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, skin-based issues as well. Then there's the chronic fatigue people that I work with, and then there's also all the digestive-based issues like Crohn's, colitis, IBS, SIBO, Candida, and all the children that I work with in my practice that might have some form of autism, Asperger's, ADD, ADHD, executive function disorder, all of these different things. So why do I bring those up? Well, all of those things do have to do with the body. They absolutely do. And we need to correct certain things in the gut with the hormones, balancing blood sugar levels, all of those things. All of those things are important. Of course, we need to decrease inflammation. We've read about these things and I've spoken about them in depth. But what I really haven't gone over too much, and yes, I've tried to provide some motivation because it is motivation, it is inspiration, what eventually gets you to do what you know you have to do. Like by now, a lot of us know that we need to start eating healthier. We need to start eliminating certain foods, right? But we don't always do that because it's easier to keep doing what we've been doing right now rather than making that change. And I do want to let you know that at some point, you cannot truly achieve your goals, again, whether it be weight loss, wellness, or aging-based, anti-aging-based goals, until you start to tweak your mindset and change your mindset. Because I'll tell you right now, out of the, let's just say it's July right now, hundreds of people I've seen this year in my practice, I can tell you that really only one person when they came in, and we do have an application process, but one person when they came in, I said, I'm going to keep my mind open. I'm going to keep myself open for them. But this person did not have the interest really in getting well again. They were saying the words, they were visiting with me, they were looking into their health, but in the back of their mind, and actually even through their words themselves, they said they could never get well again. There was no hope for them. Believe me, I've been there myself. I totally understand that. There are many, many days and probably many, many weeks as I look back that, when you're told by 50 different doctors that there's nothing wrong with you or they can't find anything wrong with you and you're just going to have to live with this for the rest of your life, I understand how frustrating that can get. But at some point, you have to begin to change that mindset. And the reason is this. If you don't believe that you can get well, if you don't believe you can lose the weight, if you don't believe you can attain the body, the health, and the mind that you want, it's going to be really challenging to ever reach that goal. And the reason is this. Your mind plays such a factor in how the body works. And we know this, and that's because the mind, the brain, sends signals down your spinal cord, and it innervates all of the nerves that come off of your spine. So basically your body moves, your organs get stimulated because of the nerves that come off of your spine. And our brain and our autonomic nervous system are controlling a lot of that. So here's the thing. We can extrapolate the information from what we know now. We know that when we get angry, when we get a little irritable, we start to produce more cortisol, right? We start to produce more of that stress hormone. That stress hormone has now been shown to increase chances for everything from autoimmune-based issues, digestive-based issues, fatigue, lower neurotransmitters, anxiety, depression, Alzheimer's, dementia, if I haven't already mentioned those because they're burning up brain cells as well, and neural synapses, basically the nerves. And these things have been proven. And this is from our body, our brain, perceiving taking stress, right, that thing out there that we give some type of objective feeling to, and then we bring it into our body, and it affects literally every cell in our body. We know that. We've seen that in the research. So if you're someone right now that's struggling to get well, and you're doing a lot of things that you know should be moving you forward, we need to start to examine your mindset. Do you actually believe, and do you really want to get better? So some people believe maybe that they want to get better, but they have what's called a victim-based mentality. And I know that that's kind of a harsh word, a harsh thing to say, but it's very important that I at least bring it up. And the reason is this, that a lot of people associate with being a victim of something, a victim of poor medical care, a victim of life circumstances, a victim of growing up in the wrong place or having the wrong parents or the wrong family or not the right schooling or whatever it might be. And we all have something like that, right? We all have different parts we can associate with that. But what I'm talking about right now is if you always have that mentality, how do you think that you will ever get to a place in your life where you will overcome that? It first starts with a thought. That thought in your brain saying that I'm not well today, I'm not going to kid myself. Like I'm not feeling better today. You can say that to yourself. Or I'm not at the weight that I want to be today. But I do want to get there. I believe I can get there. I don't need to stay where I am right now. And I will stick with the plan as long as it takes for myself to lose the weight or get better, get well again. And that's the mentality that you really have to shift into. Now, it's not overnight. I'm not saying that at all. You can make quick changes in your kind of perception of your awareness and things around you, and that's very important. Being aware of your thoughts, which I'll talk about in the future, is so powerful because your thoughts literally guide you towards your actions. So if your thoughts are improper, it's not going to move you forward. You can become more self-destructive. And when you're self-destructive, you're kind of taking one step forward and two steps back, or one step forward and one step back, and you're kind of always in the same place every single year. How do we change that? Well, we change that by first setting a goal, and second, believing that we can achieve that. That's so ultimately important for you getting to where you want to be. You also have to say that, okay, here's where I'm at right now. And a lot of people, to be honest as well, they enjoy the attention they get when they're sick or when they're not feeling well or when they're complaining. People listen to their problems and they like to be listened to. What if that goes away when I change? Will I still have these same friends? Will my family still treat me the same way? What will others think of me? And that's hard. And that's called a fear of success, of actually becoming successful, of getting what you want. Not just a fear of failure. There is that, but a lot of people forget there's a fear of success. What happens when you achieve what you want to achieve? Are you worried about how people will view you? Will they say you've changed? And those are things you need to look at, because until you move past those subconscious thoughts, those subconscious feelings, it's really challenging for you to take your life to that next level. And so what I'm saying to you is you need to now change the person that you want to be, change the identity, change the goal for yourself. Here's where you are now. This is where you are at today. Let's be brutally honest with ourselves. You may not particularly like how you feel, how you look, all of those specific things. Now, do you need to lose weight to feel better and have a better self-image? Absolutely not. But for you getting healthier, and if you're, let's say, 60 pounds above your ideal weight, and you lose 30 of that, will you be healthier? Most likely. The research does show that. But let's do it for overall what you want out of life. Not everybody wants to be super thin, and I honestly don't think that everybody should be super thin. Going too thin could be just as unhealthy. However, we want a healthy body. That's always my first goal with everyone. So let's set that as a goal. Let's set a goal to be healthy. Let's set a goal to get rid of those nagging aches and pains, the autoimmune-based issues, the inflammation, the brain fog, the fatigue, the skin-based issues, all of those things that aren't leading to the most fulfilling life that we can have. So once we set a goal for what we don't want, we can then choose what we do want. We can focus more on what we do want rather than what we don't. That's another show. But let's talk about this. Let's set the goal and let's write that down. Let's stare at it. Let's look at it on a daily basis. And let's understand that we're not going to achieve that tomorrow. But each day, we're going to take another step in that direction. Will we have a little bit of our own relapses? Sure. That's normal. That's part of life. There's an ebb and flow to life. But I want 5 steps forward and then 1 step back, so that I know by the end of we'll say 12 weeks, you'll be that much closer to your goal. 12 weeks is a great mark. You set that 12 weeks. I've seen amazing things happen. Absolutely amazing things happen with weight loss, people losing 30 to 50 pounds in 12 weeks. I've seen wellness-based issues, the majority of wellness-based issues, to be honest with you, clear up within 12 to 16 weeks. No matter what you have, no matter how bad you think you have it, 12 to 16 weeks is usually that timetable. Now, you'll need to go deeper. It doesn't mean that you're totally, as they say, in quotes, cured, but you have done a lot of that work. And I'll explain more of that in the future. Today, what I want you to do is start to look at how you view yourself. Start to understand that your thoughts, that your anxiety, that your irritability, that your feelings in general do affect your body. And if you want your body to change, you're going to have to work on it through the mind as well, because your psychology absolutely does affect your physiology and vice versa. So you get stuck in this cycle that you don't want to be in. So we need to break that cycle. And the absolute best way to do that is to create a new vision for yourself, a new vision for what you want out of life, and then don't get overwhelmed by it. Understand that it's going to take a little bit of time to achieve it, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it because you can gradually change then as well. You don't have to worry about this quick fix. The gradual change will allow you to then ease into that new person, that new life that you want for yourself. I hope you found today's episode helpful. I hope you found it not just motivating, but hopefully inspiring enough to take that first step forward, to at least assess your life, become aware of your thoughts, and actually how they're serving you and not serving you, and then begin to write down what you do want out of life. And just, again, take that one step forward each day, just even if it's a small step to achieving that goal. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into another Cabral Concept. Please do share this information with others if you do feel that it could help them out as well. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.